Because of the tragic events like the Holocaust and atomic bombings occurring, World War II stands out as the deadliest and most impactful wars ever. You may not know it, but World War II also unearthed some mind-blowing discoveries that shaped our world in ways you wouldn't believe. Join me in this video, and we will together explore the 10 most incredible discoveries made during WWII that continue to fascinate and inspire us to this day. Number 10. Hitler's Bunker, the end of an era. Deep under the Reich Chancellery in Berlin, Adolf Hitler spent his last days in a strong underground shelter as Allied forces closed in during April 1945. This hidden refuge was where the Nazi regime made its final stand. Hitler decided to end his own life there on April 30th, 1945, which was a powerful symbol of the end of World War II in Europe. The bunker was found by Soviet troops in May 1945, revealing a glimpse into how the Nazi leaders operated during their darkest times. Inside were living areas, offices, and a command center, all giving us important insights into the regime's collapse and Hitler's final days in charge. Today, there's just a simple parking lot with a plaque to mark where Hitler's bunker once was. Number 9. Finding a World War II mortar in Rostravor. In the quiet village of Rostravor in Northern Ireland, something surprising turned up. A live World War II mortar that had been hidden for decades. This old piece of military gear was left behind by American troops who used the area for training before D-Day. Even after all these years, the mortar was still dangerous, showing just how tricky unexploded ordnance, UXO, can be. A local farmer found the mortar in a field that hadn't been plowed before, which made it an unexpected discovery. While there had been other old items found in the area, this was the first time they had come across a live mortar. Mr. McMathuna mentioned that although they had found tail flights from similar ordnance before, they had never come across something like this. To handle the situation safely, special teams from the Army Technical Operations, ATO, were called in. They carefully carried out a controlled explosion to dispose of the mortar. This discovery really highlights how World War II's impacts are still felt today, and reminds us of the need to stay cautious in areas with a history of military activity. What do you think about this? Do let me know in the comment section below. Number 8. U-505, a renowned World War II submarine. In June 1944, Allied forces made history by capturing a German submarine called U-505 off the coast of West Africa. This was the first time since the War of 1812 that the U.S. Navy had captured an enemy U-boat. Allied intelligence had tracked the submarine using radio signals and spotted it during a sonar search, about 150 miles from the coast of Rio de. U-505 was part of Germany's submarine fleet that aimed to disrupt Allied ships in the Atlantic during World War II. Its capture gave Allied forces valuable information about German naval codes, technology, and how they operated. This achievement was a big morale boost for the Allies, showing their ability to defeat advanced enemy submarines. Today, U-505 is on display as a museum ship at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, Illinois. Visitors can explore its history and learn about its role in the war. Number 7. The remarkable discovery of the Nazi eagle. Imagine diving deep into the waters off Uruguay's coast and uncovering a piece of history so significant it echoes through World War II's tumultuous past. In 2006, treasure hunters made an astonishing find. The Nazi eagle from the Admiral Graf Spee, a massive battleship of Nazi Germany. This emblem, weighing more than 800 pounds, once proudly displayed Nazi power at sea. The Graf Spee became famous for its battles in the South Atlantic, before its crew deliberately sank it in 1939 to prevent capture by British forces. The recovery of the Nazi eagle sparked debates worldwide about how to handle artifacts from such controversial times. It's not just about history, but also about the stories and lessons we can learn from it today. Number 6. Yamashita's treasure, a remarkable WWII discovery. In the mountains of the Philippines, there's a mystery that's fascinated people for years: Yamashita's treasure. During World War II, it's said that Japanese soldiers hid a huge amount of gold, gems, and valuable things there. General Tomoyuki Yamashita, known as the Tiger of Malaya, supposedly ordered his soldiers to hide this treasure as Allied forces approached. Even though people have searched a lot and found some small parts of the treasure, they have yet to find the main parts. Recently, there's been a new discovery. Steel boxes believed to have some of Yamashita's treasure were found buried very deep, about 300 feet, under a mountain in the Philippines. This has made people excited again about finding the rest of the treasure and has started new searches to solve this big mystery. Number 5. World War II amphibious tanks. Recently, in Lincolnshire, England, archaeologists made an incredible discovery: a massive U.S. amphibious tank buried 30 feet underground. This tank belonged to the Buffalo LVT series, special tanks designed to work both on land and in water during the war. These tanks were super important during World War II. They played a crucial role in big battles like D-Day, where they used screens and propellers to swim across rivers and land on enemy beaches. This was a big deal because it helped Allied soldiers surprise the enemy and take over key areas. Finding this buried tank isn't just cool, it's a peek into the past that shows us how brave and smart people were during the war. These tanks weren't just machines. They were like heroes, helping soldiers get where they needed to go fast and safely. Number 4. Nazis' gold train. In 2015, there was a lot of excitement when reports claimed that a long-lost Nazi gold train had been discovered buried in Poland's Lower Silesia region. According to local legends and historical accounts, German soldiers had hidden this train filled with gold, gems, and valuable artworks as World War II came to an end. The discovery was initially sparked by ground-penetrating radar scans that indicated the presence of a buried train between Wałbrzych and Wrocław. This raised hopes among historians and treasure hunters that the legendary Nazi gold train had finally been found. However, subsequent excavations and studies by experts from Krakow's AGH University of Science and Technology and the Krakow Mining Academy did not find any conclusive evidence of the train. Number 3. Discovery of the USS Indianapolis. The discovery of the USS Indianapolis is considered one of the most incredible finds of World War II. The USS Indianapolis was a significant American warship in World War II, known for delivering parts of the atomic bomb that later ended the war. After completing this secret mission, it was attacked and sunk by a Japanese submarine in July 1945. The sinking resulted in one of the worst naval disasters in U.S. history, with hundreds of sailors perishing and many facing days of exposure, thirst, and shark attacks in the open ocean before rescue. For over 70 years, the exact location of the USS Indianapolis remained a mystery. Then, in 2017, a team led by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen discovered the wreckage resting on the ocean floor 18,000 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean. This remarkable find brought closure to surviving crew members and their families, finally revealing the resting place of the ship and shedding new light on the events leading to its tragic sinking. Number 2. Discovery of the Katyn Massacre, a momentous event of World War II. During World War II, in April 1943, German soldiers found something shocking in the Katyn forest near Smolensk, Russia. They uncovered 8 big graves with the bodies of thousands of Polish officers and intellectuals. These people had been killed by the Soviet secret police, NKVD, in 1940. This discovery was a huge deal because it showed the world the brutal actions of the Soviet Union under Stalin. At first, Western countries blamed Nazi Germany for the massacre. But when German forces dug up the graves and examined the bodies, they proved it was the Soviets who were responsible. This revelation caused tension between the Allies and the Soviet Union after the war. Finding the mass graves at Katyn was a major moment in World War II history. It exposed the cruelty of political repression and raised important questions about justice. Number 1. Findings of the aircraft USS Yorktown. The USS Yorktown was a key aircraft carrier for the U.S. Navy during World War II, playing a big role in important battles like the Battle of Coral Sea and the Battle of Midway. Despite getting badly damaged at Midway, the crew managed to keep the ship afloat long enough to evacuate safely before it sank on June 7, 1942. The Yorktown's bravery and resilience made it a legendary part of the war. For years, no one knew where the Yorktown had sunk until it was found in 1998. Dr. Robert Ballard, who also discovered the Titanic, led the search and located Yorktown about 3 miles underwater in the Pacific Ocean. Finding the wreck was a huge deal, giving us a chance to learn more about what happened to the ship and its crew during those intense battles. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed watching the video.